This session is entitled Working with Minors. Some of this information you may already know from your formal training in education. This session is not meant to perturb you or assume that you are not adhering to diocesan or school policies. However, it is a needed discussion to ensure that we all understand the need to protect young people and ourselves. To begin, let's talk about some basic principles that should be followed by all church personnel working with minors. Principle number 1, no Lone Ranger ministry. Jesus sent his disciples out 2 by 2. They were not alone as they ministered to others. You are not alone in your ministry. If you have a need, you are supported by your school administration, fellow teachers, and hopefully parents. When there is an issue with a student, you have somewhere to go for help. This is important for you to be able to get feedback from others. We should never try to deal with a situation alone. At the very least, you should make sure someone other than yourself is aware that the situation exists. Principle number 2, no private conversations. You should never be totally alone with the young person. There should always be other students or adults around. In this way, you cannot be accused of doing or saying something wrong. It protects both you and the students. So what do you do when you need to have a private conversation with one of your students? How do you protect the student and yourself while still maintaining the privacy needed to have that important conversation? Well, there are several ways to do this. Ask another adult to sit in on the conversation. Have a public, private conversation by talking with the young person in the hall or at a corner table in the cafeteria where everyone can see you but not hear you. Principle number 3, remember duty of care. Duty of care implies that you have a duty to take care of the young people that have been entrusted to you. The students are not your children. They do not belong to you. Therefore, you cannot make a decision on their behalf or treat them or take them places like you would your own children. Instead, you should treat your students as if they were a minibus or a Ferrari. If someone left their Ferrari or minibus in your care, you would treat it, I hope, with respect and dignity. You certainly would not place either one in a situation where it could be hurt or damaged. Even if you don't agree with the owner's method of caring for their property, you would still follow their instructions on how to care for it. You certainly wouldn't do anything without the owner's permission. You never change the plan without informing the owner. So, if, in the case of students, you are one of the bus chaperones for the school swim team, you cannot stop for ice cream on the way home from a meet without parent notification and permission. So let's look at a case scenario. Your fellow teacher makes the following comment. Take a moment to jot down any concerns you might have with this situation. I'm really tired. I was up instant messaging with one of my students last night until 1 a.m. She contacted me because she had a question about her homework. I was glad to know that she was actually doing the assignment. After I answered her question, she told me that she is having problems at home. She wanted my help because her parents really didn't understand her. They made her stop dating her boyfriend, which was wrong. What is it about this scenario that concerns you?